You are looking live at Fred DeLay Gymnasium in Jackson, Tennessee, and it's decked out for breast cancer awareness. And that's what this game is really dedicated to for the Union Lady Bulldogs and for the Harding University team from Searcy, Arkansas, the Bison. We're glad to have you with us, Steve Beverly, to bring you all of the play-by-play and the excitement tonight. And it can't get much better than it did Saturday afternoon when Union came from behind down 2-1, and they were down in both the fourth and fifth set, but rallied in set number 5 to win 15-13 and defeat Montevallo. And that was a little measure of sweet revenge that the Lady Bulldogs had. Let me set you up right here. Union, coming off of that victory, is now 14-7 on the season. They are 6-3 in the Gulf South Conference, tied with Auburn Montgomery for fourth in the conference. They're just one game out of second. This is a non-conference game against Harding, which comes in at 10-6, and they compete in the Great American Conference. They are 6-3 in conference play. They're very tough. The last time these two teams met, Harding, it was very close, but Harding defeated Union in straight sets. So this could well be another thriller like we had on Saturday. Harding, as far as common opponents that these two teams have met, Harding defeated Southern Arkansas, Arkansas Monticello, and Ouachita Baptist. They lost to Arkansas Tech. Union has won. I was looking down on the floor here as the Lady Bulldogs getting ready to start. Union has won 6 of its last 7 matches and 8 of its last 11. And this is going to be the last home game for a while because they are going to play. You look at this schedule, and it's going to be murder down the stretch. 7 of the next 8 games are going to be on the road. The only one that will break that up is on Tuesday night, November 2nd, when West Alabama comes to town. But this is a Lady Bulldog team that is feeling very confident after that come-from-behind game. They were down 13-11 in the fifth set against Montevallo on Saturday and managed to rally for all 4 of the final points to win it 15-13. And what a game it was. And if you weren't with us, you just missed some outstanding action. They also are very happy tonight that they've got back Sydney Sample, their 5'4" junior that does so many things with and without the ball. You have as you see right here, a very, very tall team for Harding. They come in with a lot of 6-footers. The tallest, Ashley Lampkin from Jonesboro, Arkansas, is 6'3", but they have a lot of height, and they can really defend the net. And as we mentioned, they're 10-6. So we hope that you're going to enjoy this tonight. It is going to be, I think, really worth your time, and it's certainly a thrill for us to be able to bring it to you. And to serve right off the bat, Union's going to have to hurry to save this one. Everything was going in reverse. And there's the block up front. All right, Sample back there in the backcourt. It's really strong to have her. Tried the dink, and it did not go between the defenders. There's the block, and right off the bat. Terrific one right off the bat. It is Emily Grace Calhoun that manages to nail that one, and Union with the first point. And it is Jordan Vick with the serve and that 2-step approach of hers. Now they go wide back in the back, and here we go, and it is Tatch. And they might have been wiser to let that one go, but regardless, they couldn't get it underneath. Moorhead could not reach it, and it is a 2-0 Union lead. We'll be talking later in the telecast to Coach Darren McClure about some various aspects of not just Saturday, but this team tonight and what's ahead on the schedule. It is going to be a grueling last month on the road. And there's your set. And it's in. Give it to Union. A 3-0 lead. Lady Bulldogs off to a hot start. And you can see they've got some tremendous student support. Didn't have as many students here on Saturday because it was fall break. They're back in full force tonight. And I think you're going to see just a tremendous amount of energy from the crowd. That was a beautiful, beautiful return. Perfect angle. Logan Smith, the 6-foot junior from Texas. And to serve it, it is Emma Weiniger. She's a 5'5 junior, also from Sashi, Texas. And it goes wide. Nope, it is just in the end line. From our vantage point, it looked a little wide, but the official says nope, it is in. And so service ace makes it a 3-2 game. Union still in the lead. Weiniger with the shot. And that is one of those that when Alyssa Tatch rears back for one like that, and you have got to scramble to be able to catch up. A 4-2 lead, and Tatch goes back to serve. The young lady who topped her 500th kill for her career on Saturday against Montevallo. Great block up front for Union. They're going to set it up again. Double block. Lady Bulldogs are just playing with a tremendous amount of energy so far tonight, and that was a tremendous double team by Blakemore and Calhoun up front. Here's Tatch once again. She has that curving serve. They do the dink. There's Sample to set it. That goes way high, almost to the ceiling. Sample can get down so low for these saves. Excellent save in the backcourt for Harding. And it is Union. Again, that front court is just all over it tonight. The combination that they have right now of Blakemore, Calhoun, and Reese Owens. Union up 6-2. And let's see the set. And again, Sample. A terrific save. Going to the left hand. And once again, Union is hot up front. And Blakemore is having herself a tremendous early going. Union at 7-2 on top. We've got timeout. And we'll be back after this message of interest for all of you at home.
If you're a Christian college or are starting the college search process, I want to take a second to tell you about my school, Union University in Jackson, Tennessee. Union is a private 4-year university known for its rigorous academics, Christ-centered community, and the success of its graduates. My favorite part about Union is the faculty. The professors here are so intentional about helping students grow not only academically, but also spiritually. You should check out Union for yourself. Come for a visit. I know you'll love it. At Union University, you'll be transformed.
Well, back we are. Union, hot start, 7-2, and it just seems like defending the front court has been huge, and it has been great having Sample back in there if you're a Lady Bulldog fan, because she is just all over it in digs. And there was she was definitely missing from this Lady Bulldog team when she was out from an injury, but it's like Darren McClure said in the loss to Alabama Huntsville last Friday night. He said, you can't blame it on injuries. They're going to happen. We just got to play the way we can. That flat-footed serve that time and Tatch saves it. Here you go. That's just a conventional return. And again, another block up front. Calhoun is having herself a game. And Union on top 8-2. Tatch again to serve. We'll be talking on the next break to Coach Darren McClure as we find out a little bit more about what he expects from this last month of the season. Union again going to the offensive. Terrific return, but it goes wide left. Trying to dig deep, and it just simply went wide left, and so it's an 8-3 game, but Union with a strong, strong set there. Here we go. This is Kenley Schnell. She is a 5'9 junior from McKinney, Texas. Excuse me. We're in Tennessee tonight. Perfect. That was a perfect setup in the middle, and a terrific job, really, by both Sarah Moorhead and Logan Smith. 8-4. And again, getting low. The block again, and they're not going to be able to save that one. Just too much aggressiveness up front from the Lady Bulldogs, who now take a 9-4 lead. And to serve, it is Emily Grace Calhoun. Emily Grace has a tremendous serve. And she gets that downward flight as it goes really to the back part of the court. Here's your set. And they fake it and try to curl it over. And that, again, is one of the great ways that Laura Rose Gray can throw off the defender. She looks for that spot in the box between the midcourt and the forecourt, and she completely hit it in the middle of it. 10-4, Union lead. Harding again, the last time these two met, goes into the net. Union up 11-4. The last time these two met, Harding defeated Union 25-22, 25-22, and 25-23. So Union knows exactly what Harding is capable of. And that was one that just simply caught Calhoun out of position, and so it's an 11-5 game. Serve goes back to Harding. And back to serve, Logan Smith. She went to Glen Rose High School. Here's the set. And that one was pounded. And the backcourt holding firm. Nice recovery on the part of the midcourt of Harding. Union with the point. It's 12-5, and continuing to serve is Blakemore. Greta from Lexington, Kentucky. She goes 5'10", and she's a freshman. She gets that downward curve again, and this is going to have to go. And it goes wide left. So Union dominating this first set, 13-5. Blakemore again goes to the left-hand serve. And the block again up front. Perfect combination between Calhoun and Vick. 14-5. They have really worked on that, and you can tell they are prepared for this Harding team. And some adjustments being made by Coach Meredith Fear. And here we go. Left-hand serve again. And the dink, it's saved by Union. And power, absolutely, by Reese Owens. She just reared back and fired to make it a 15-5 Union lead. Blakemore again to the serve. And again, that one almost went all the way to the back end line. That's wide. And the coach had a bit of a blue shirt there. We don't know where he bought it from. All right, 16-6. We'll try to find out where these people have their fashion attire for volleyball. Anyway, here's Blakemore. Done a terrific job in service so far. And again, a line drive that dipped, and she saved that beautifully in the backcourt. Harding again for the hit, and it goes down inside the net. And so it is 17-5. Union is on a 6-point run. And here again, Blakemore. And it goes into the net. That's her first service error. And on the night, Union's first service error. So it's 17-6. And so back to serve is Libby Hinton, the 6-foot junior from Glen Rose, Texas. Here's your set. They're going to try to power this one. And wasn't quite sure whether that was going to go back to Tatch or it was going to Sample, and it got between them, so it's 17-7. And Hinton back to serve. Once again, you're set. That power was there from Gray. And again, the block up front by Union. Sample faked the set and carried it over. Beautiful, beautiful return. Nicely done up front. Olivia Meyer, the 5'8" freshman. So they now have a 3-point run since they regained service, and that one was one that Tatch just simply had get out of control, and it went right on her and rather straight instead of straightforward, and so it's 17-9. Well, earlier we had an opportunity to talk to Coach Darren McClure of Union about Saturday's matchup against Montevallo, in which his Lady Bulldogs came from behind down 2-1. We talked to him about the confidence that gave this Lady Bulldogs team coming into tonight.
It's a scary match on Saturday because when we lost those games, 2 or 3 point games in volleyball is pretty common. But, we lost by 6 and 7 points, and that's the equivalent of in soccer getting beat 3-1. That's a butt kicking. So I was nervous. I thought the momentum had definitely shifted. We made some slight adjustments in the fourth set, and our girls just did not quit. Came out, played really well in the fourth set, and a fifth set, you just never know, right? So that was a back and forth game. I think there were like 6 or 7 lead changes in that set, which is crazy for a 15-point set. So I'm just really proud of the girls of pulling it out. They were just determined. And look, they're motivated anytime they play Montevallo. They want to beat them for sure. And, they still have that bad taste in their mouth from a couple years ago. They beat us on senior night. So that was a lot of motivation, and we needed it too. So I'm just really proud of our girls.
Back we go. Powerful return on the part of Union. The block up front, and they've got to hurry. That one just simply caught Harding out of position, and the Lady Bulldogs regain service after giving up 4 points in a row, 18-9, and coming in to serve is Hayley Ramsey, the 5'9" senior from Millington. She went to Tipton Rosemark Academy, and she's got a lot of power on her serve as well. She gets that high jump off of it. They're going to have to hurry to get it back in control. They get it across. The set by Sample. And Tatch just with that tremendous power. Yeah, there you go. Harding, tremendous job by Allie Stoner, the 6-foot junior, to get it between the Union box of defenders. And they regain service at 18-10. And going back to serve is Sarah Moorhead. The 5'10" junior, also one of the many Texans on this team. Here's your set. Huge power over on the side. There was just no way you were going to stop Laura Rose Gray. Union 19-10 on top. Have pretty well controlled this first set from the outset. Sample, who also has a terrific serve. She gets up high. And that one goes off the hands of Sample and give it back to Harding, 19-11. Bisons, coached by Meredith Fear and his assistant, Robert Fear. And here we go. This one's got to go. And too much power on that one. She had pumpkin spice Wheaties. Well, wait a minute. What are they doing? They're going to give this one to Union, I guess. It did go off the hands of Harding, so it is a 20-11 game. I said he when I referred to Meredith Fear a moment ago. I apologize. I didn't mean to do that. Nice power on the return. And Tatch had that one blocked. They were ready up front. A terrific job by both Cooper Mann and Kelly McKinnon to block Tatch's power move that she has really killed a lot of teams with this year. It's a 20-12 game. and it is Emma serving again. Power. And give it back. It was just beyond the end line, so it is a 20-13 game. A bit of a rally because at one point it was 18-5 Union. So 8 of the last 10 points have gone to Harding. Look at this one. The fake. Harding trying to make the return. There you go. The power on the side. Was it inbounds? No. It was just wide right, and so back with it is Weiniger again. 20-14. They've closed it to within 6. There is no quit in any set in this Harding team. Nice recovery by the Union backcourt. Tatch had it blocked. They're going to have to hurry with this one. All right, this one's the one that has to go. Blocked by Union. That one's wide. Union finally regaining service at 21-14, but they see how just double tough this Harding team is, particularly when they're behind. They do not panic. Here's Tatch to the serve, 4 points away from taking the first set. And the block up front. Perfectly handled. Jordan Vick made it work. Actually, I couldn't see the one. It was Blakemore that made that one work. Here goes the high set. And it goes into the net, so it's a 22-15 Union lead and back in service to Harding. And they've got 2 substitutes coming in. They're going to bring back in Olivia Meyer and Delaney Gardner. Delaney is the 6'1 freshman from Fishers, Indiana. And to serve is Olivia Meyer from Chesterfield, Missouri. High set in the backcourt. That left-hand return. Union with the block. They went back to the bread and butter that they did in about the first half of this first set, so it's 23-15 Lady Bulldogs. And to serve, Emily Grace Calhoun. That went low. And Harding very fortunate on that one. Nice block. And it is in. No, they rule it out. So Union with set point, 24-15. And trying to serve for the first one. Here goes Calhoun once again. And down below Tatch. She couldn't get to it, so it's a 24-16 game. Still set point for Union. For those of you who are used to volleyball in years back where you had to serve in order to score, that's not true anymore. So it's set point all the rest of the way for the Lady Bulldogs. Here goes the serve by Smith. And Union wins the first set. A little bit delayed on making the call, but the Lady Bulldogs take it 25-16. They had a huge run to get up 18-5 in this first set. So we are going to take a break, and when we come back, we'll set you all up for the second set between Union and Harding after this 2-minute message of interest.
Be creative, innovative, passionate. Be excellent, inspiring, driven. Be faithful, disciplined, prepared. At Union University, you will thrive in a Christ-centered community and be equipped for success in your life and career. Begin your journey today. At Union University, be transformed.
53 national championships. more than 600 annual graduates. Thousands of lives changed. The Gulf South Conference.
Are you looking for a Christian college or are starting the college search process? I want to take a second to tell you about my school, Union University in Jackson, Tennessee. Union is a private 4-year university known for its rigorous academics, Christ-centered community, and the success of its graduates. My favorite part about Union is the faculty. The professors here are so intentional about helping students grow not only academically, but also spiritually. You should check out Union for yourself. Come for a visit. I know you'll love it. At Union University, you'll be transformed.
Be an employee equipped for advancement. Be a role model to your kids, your coworkers, your friends. Be a dreamer, an example, a finisher. Be a success story and a college graduate with an associate or bachelor's degree for adult students from Union University. At Union University, be transformed.
Well, it was a gorgeous day in West Tennessee, and temperature's only about 72 degrees. Sky's absolutely beautiful, and that was a beautiful set for the Union Lady Bulldogs, 25-16 over Harding. And let me give you just a rundown on the totals. Greta Blakemore had a terrific first set for Union, scoring 4.5 points. 3 for Alyssa Tatch and for Laura Rose Gray, and 2.5 for Reese Owens. On the other side of the ledger, 4 points for Libby Hinton and 3 for Kelly McKinnon. But it was pretty much a dominant first set for the Lady Bulldogs, and they will have first serve in this second set. Got a good turnout here at Fred DeLay Gymnasium, and excellent support from the student body that just came back to classes yesterday from a short 4-day fall break, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. And to serve for Union is Jordan Vick. She had 8 assists in the first set to lead the entire game. And perfect serve, sending Harding to the mat, and start right out with the Lady Bulldogs as they did in the opening point of the first set, taking the 1-0 lead. That one went low again. Union tried the block. Give it to the Lady Bulldogs because that one went wide right. So Union back to the 2-0 lead. They would love nothing better than to be up straight sets going into number 3. Remember, we played at 25, and you have to win by 2 unless it's in a 5th set, and that goes to 15. And the official calls a violation, and Union will have it with a 3-0 lead. So back once again to serve. Here's Jordan Vick. Had that downward flight on that serve. Again, another block, and they got to get this one. And Tatch had it tipped. That did not go out of bounds on her. It was knocked out by her power off of the fingertips of the front court. So it is a 4-0 lead. Tatch was leading in total attempts for Union with 12. And a little right-hand curl. There's the power move, and Union recovers in the backcourt. Nicely handled by the midcourt of Harding. Tatch had it blocked, and it goes out of bounds. It was a nice block up front by Smith, but it went wide right, and so Union just dominating 5-0. Vic is just getting serve after serve in. All right, they're going to set this one up a bit differently and into the net. So Union with a 6-0 lead. And substitution coming in. It is Delaney Gardner back in from Fishers, Indiana, the 6'1 freshman for Harding. And a nice power move, but Union recovers and sample the set. And Tatch, well, they managed to get that one up high enough, and they go for the power move. And in between the defenders, they're going to have to get this one over. Sample the set once again. The left-hand return. Power out of bounds. It just went a bit beyond the end line. So Harding has had a hard time getting untracked here in this first set. Trailing now 7-0. Into the net. Service error for Vic. But she did a fine job of getting the Lady Bulldogs off to this 7-1 lead in the second set. Union won the first one 25-16 in case you just joined us. A big hello to all the parents who are watching us for both teams all across the network tonight. We're delighted to have you with us. Know you're proud of your young ladies, and particularly I know there are a lot of brothers and sisters that check in, but really, really want to shout out to the parents who are watching tonight on the digital network, because a lot of these young ladies, particularly the road team, this is the only way they can catch the game. Here goes the set. Sample. And here you go. A little bit of curving move, and it goes too wide right. A little bit too deep, and so Harding with the point to close it to 8-2. And back to serve. It is Weiniger. She gets a nice downward flight on her serve. There's the dink, but they're going to have to hurry to save this one. And they do. Sample the set. The block. And is it in or out? No, it was just beyond the end line, close to the white stripe, but it goes to Harding, and they close it to 8-3. Harding team still playing very, very loose. You see smiles on their faces, particularly the front court, encouraging each other. Again, excellent serve on the part of Emma. Power move by Tatch. And that one goes wide. Union takes it 9-3. It was a good power return, but it went wide right. You see some of the Union students who have come out in full force in the pink shirts to support breast cancer awareness that has touched so many families, and the importance of getting mammograms. And into the net it goes, and so Union up 10-3. And back again to serve is Calhoun. Perfect power move. The angle was just right. And it is a 10-4 lead, and we have a timeout. So we're going to bring you a message of interest, and when we come back, we'll have the second half of, well, let me see if they did. He signaled timeout, but apparently they are not going to that. So back to action right here with Meyer on the serve. Soft set. And again, downward flight with that power move. This is a good volley so far. Sample perfectly returning that one. And again, the attack move, and let's see where it goes. It's blocked. And I don't know if they're going to call this. No, they managed to get it over. Soft one. Back over again. Sample, a beautiful save, but it goes into the net. Touching the top of the net, so it's a 10-5 lead, and back to the serve. And it is Meyer who is going to serve it for Harding. Olivia went to Marquette High School. Here's your set. Nice return by both teams. Union's front court trying to anticipate. Tatch with the save, and they say she was in the net. No, they say it's going to go Union's way. That was a little bit confusing. It looked as though there was a touch on the top of the net by the Lady Bulldogs, but it's 11-5, and back to serve is Blakemore. Here's your set. Nice stop of the power move by Meyer. Give it back to Harding. It's an 11-6 game. You can see that front court for Harding really encouraging each other. Smith, McKinnon, Hinton. And back to serve is Amber Robin from Plano, Texas, a 5'11 senior. And succeeds with that one to make it 11-7. So Harding on the comeback trail after falling behind 7-1 in this first set. Now, pardon me, the second set. There's wide. She was trying to get it just on the edge of the court between the Union defenders, and it goes wide. So it's a 12-7 Union lead, and coming back in to serve is Hayley Ramsey. And this senior from Millington, she has a tremendous set of tools to be able to defend as well as serve. But as we say, I think she had a vaccination full of pumpkin spice Wheaties on that one tonight and went beyond the end line, so it's 12-8. Hinton to serve. That's a perfect power move by Laura Rose Gray. That ball was on the downward flight almost the minute it went over the net. And Sample coming in to serve. 13-8, Union on top. Lady Bulldogs taking the first set. We've been at it about 40 minutes. Into the net. Service error gives a break to Harding. It's 13-9. And substitutions come back in. You've got Stoner coming in as well as Moorhead. And it is going to be Sarah Moorhead, the 5'10 junior from Aledo, Texas, on the serve. That left-hand serve, and it goes. It was a little bit of confusion in the backcourt, and it went off of the hands of Hayley Ramsey, and so they have managed to close this back to within 3 points. Moorhead, nice slap serve. They tried to go between the defenders. It was a nice low save. This has got to go. Ramsey with the save in the backcourt. And that's going to go to Union. A tremendous attempt to try to save it, but Robin just could not get to it. And so it is a 14-10 Union lead. Union won the first one, 25-16. Here's Vick. Nice power return by Harding. And the two-hand curl by Tatch. Watch for this one. I knew that power move was about to slam out of the control of the Lady Bulldogs, and so it is a 14-11 game. This Harding team does not falter when they fall behind, even if it's substantially, as they did to start with 7-1. And it is Smith with the serve. And again, that downward curl on the serve, and perfect up front. Absolutely perfect on the part of Garner. Delaney Garner just dropped that between the defenders, and it's 14-12. Big rally by Harding. Lady Bulldogs have lost their momentum, and it goes into the net. That's the last thing that they wanted, was a service error, and it's 15-12. And it is Tatch going back to serve. Alyssa, a former news anchor and reporter for West Tennessee Today, a digital news service here in Jackson, Tennessee. And Union's going to try to get to that, but no way. That front court doing a tremendous job, and you see the smiles on the part of both Robin and Stoner up front. Back to serve is Emma Weiniger. She's had 8 digs in the contest so far. Oh, my goodness, 2 service errors in a row. 16-13. Oh, that takes the heart out of you after you have a great point. It's Emily Grace Calhoun to serve now. Here's the junior. And Union blocks the power move up front. Trying again and succeeding. 16-14. What a power move on the part of Amber Robin. She went to John Paul II High School from Plano, Texas. So it's 16-14, and it's Olivia Meyer back to serve again. That one wide. 17-14. So we've had some service errors, 3 of them just in succession. And going to make a substitution in to serve, and it is going to be Bailey Hughes. Bailey is a freshman from Murfreesboro from Blackman High School. Takes that 2-step approach. She gets a lot of distance on her serves. Nice dig. And the power, it goes off of the front court of Harding. It may look like it had gone beyond the end line. It did, but it was off the hands of Harding. And timeout is called. We've got time for this message of interest, and it's 18-14, Union on top.
Be creative, innovative, passionate. Be excellent, inspiring, driven. Be faithful, disciplined, prepared. At Union University, you will thrive in a Christ-centered community and be equipped for success in your life and career. Begin your journey today. At Union University, be transformed.
Well, Union with an 18-14 lead. They got out to a 7-1 lead in this set, and it looked as though they were going to totally dominate it. But this Harding team has proved to be tremendously resilient. And so Union on top 18-14 with control. And we'll see how Coach McClure plays this one down the stretch. So far in the game, Union with 18 kills to 15 for Harding. And Union with a 41-34 edge in digs. An assist, Union on top 16-13. The stats are relatively close. And here you go. Once again, Bailey with that hard serve. And here you go. The slap and the recovery. They might have been better off to let that one go out of bounds, and it goes back to Union. 19-14, Lady Bulldogs by 5. Their biggest lead was by 6 in this set. They won the first one, in case you just came on board with us, 25-16. And that went off the net, but that's perfectly legal as long as it goes over. Here's your set. Tatch. And they went down deep to save that one. And that one's off the fingertips of Hughes. So we got a 19-15 game. And I know from Amber Robin, they would love to be able to reel off some points off of her service. Amber's a senior, 5'11". Sample the set. Tatch. Again, that one goes to the ceiling. But you play it off the ceiling. Here you go. This one has to go. Here's your set. This is going to be another, a surprise dink, and it goes through, and it's a 19-16 game. Harding continuing to rally and closing it to within 3. She has that one step and hop and it goes into the net. So they are getting excellent service from Amber Robin to close it now to 19-17. This is as close as Harding has been in this second set. The downward flight, and it's going to go back to Union, and the dink. Give it back. It did not go over, and so give it to Harding. We now have a 1-point game in this set, and we got timeout. And so when we had a chance to talk earlier to Coach Darren McClure, he knew what he was going to face largely with this Harding team, and we asked him about that.
I was able to watch one match from Harding, and that was on September the 10th, so it's over a month ago. To be honest, we don't know a lot about them, but what I can say is they are traditionally a very strong volleyball program. I mean, their coach, Meredith Fear, is she's a young coach, but man, she's got a lot of wins under her belt and does a great job there. I do think statistically they are very similar to us, so we'll see how it goes tonight. I think that it should be a good matchup. We've got all of our players back, so I'm anxious to see how our girls perform this week.
All right. We want to thank our crew tonight, led by our ever-cool, ever-present director, Paul Schultze, for bringing you all of the pictures and the up-close and personal shots that you see, particularly at the net. And it's our pleasure to bring you, and there you see them right there. You had Christopher Reasons and Billy Boland. They're doing the camera work for you tonight. And we appreciate these young men who are just really some of the best in the business. They do sports all around West Tennessee, and we're proud to have them here on Union's court. And remember, it's not too far off. First weekend in November, that's when basketball starts for real, and it should be another exciting season. And they're going to have to hurry to make this one go. And the block. That one was sorely needed, and Laura Rose Gray delivered it, because Union was in danger of having a tie game. It's 2018, and it is Hayley Ramsey back to serve. She's had 7 digs in the contest. Now they need her serve. That high jump that she gets really is one that puts extra power on it. Hayley saves that one. Tatch off the fingertips, but saved. Sample did everything she could to get it up higher, but it just simply went wide. And Darren McClure did not like what he saw out there, and he's having a discussion with his team about it. 20-19. And here goes the serve. Nice save by Union. And Tatch with that two-hand curl. Tatch off the fingertips up front. It was a valiant attempt on the part of Meyer, but it just went off of her hands, and Union saves it from going to a tie, and it is Sample to the serve. And instead, let's see what he's going to do. 21-19. And let's see what the trade-off is going to be. Sample's going to come out, and going back to serve, it's going to be Chloe Steen, the 5'10 freshman from Olive Branch, Mississippi. So Chloe with that curving serve. And here goes the high set. Nice defense on the part. And the block up front, and it's not enough. Too much power from the front line of Harding. And they've closed it to within 1 again, 21-20. This could go either way. And going back to serve now is Sarah Moorhead. And off the net. So this one's going to have to go. And it did not. We are tied at 21. That's after Harding fell behind 7-1 in the beginning of this second set. Moorhead with the left hand. And that was way wide. That's been the weakest part in this set for the Harding team. That is the 5th service error that they have had. 22-21. And back to serve again, Jordan Vick. the junior from just up the road in Camden, Tennessee. Union with the block up front. And that's going to go over. That's a power return, and Union's not going to be able to get to it. And Harding, that was beautifully angled on that return. And so going back to serve now is Logan Smith. We're tied at 22. A lot of energy has been expended by both of these teams in this set. Watch the possible power move and the save in the backcourt. Tatch tried to power it home. Here's your set. Tatch again with the power. This one has to go. Sample the save. They got to get it over this time, and they do. Tatch again, the low one, and it does not go over. Tatch tried to fake the power move, and instead it went inside the net, and it's 23-22, and timeout is called again by Union. And we'll be back with the climax of this second set right after this message of interest.
53 national championships. More than 600 annual graduates. Thousands of lives changed. The Gulf South Conference.
Darren McClure trying to get his team settled down, and the momentum has definitely swung Harding's way after Union had a 7-1 lead, and it was 10-5, and then this Lady Bison team just simply would not quit, and they have continued to just chip away and plug away, and now they have the lead 23-22 and control of service. Union winning the first set handily 25-16. It looked in the early going that this was what the same thing would be happening Xerox copy in this set. It hasn't happened. Now Harding is trying to go for the victory. Smith on the serve. There's the high set. Tatch with the block. Tatch again with a power move, and the defense has been perfect for her in this second set. Does it go wide? No, it is inbounds. We have set point for Harding at 24-22. Once again, it is Smith, and we'll watch it with you. And perfect angle on that return up front by Emily Grace Calhoun and make it 24-23, and it is Tatch to the serve. But it is still set point for Harding. So Tatch has to be sure she gets this one over, and she does. Here's the attempt at the semi-power move, and Union has to get every one of them over. And Tatch inbounds. We are tied at 24. She had the geometry right on that. So now you got to go to 26. You got to win it by 2. So each team looking for a 2-point run. Tatch at the serve. Here's your return. And it goes off of Union's hands on the front court, so it's a 25-24 game. Once again, set point for Harding. And to serve it is Emma Weiniger. Harding could win it on this one. The power move goes completely off the hands of Moorhead. So we're going to have to go to 27 now. This has been a grueling set, but boy, has it been exciting. Here's Emily Grace with the serve. And the set. The left hand and the block. Here they go. Union with the block. Laura Rose Gray got up high for that one. It's like she had flubber on her shoes from that old movie. Now Union with set point. And timeout is called again. We're going to keep it right here. Union on top 26-25. This so much resembled, although it didn't go to overtime, this so much resembled what happened in the fifth set and the deciding set on Saturday against Montevallo when Union fell behind 13-11 and then came back and took the final 4 points to win it 15-13. Union will have control of service when we resume, up 26-25. And this is huge as far as momentum in this match because, and particularly emotionally, because if Harding were to come back, and they'll have to go to 28 now in order to win it, if Harding would come back and take this one, it would just completely wipe out all of the energy and the emotional strength that Union had in the first set. To serve it, it's going to be Emily Grace Calhoun, who just scored that last point. She's got 9 points to lead the game, and here is her serve. And it goes into the net. Service error, the last thing they were hoping for, and it is 26-all. So now we're back off of set point, but each team's got to go to 28. Here we go. It is Amber Robin. And she has that curving downward serve. Nice volley on both accounts. They're going to have to get this one back over. And the fist pump, and yes! For Reese Owens. She just went to the fist with that one, and it just completely spun downward. I'm not even sure Reese thought that was going to happen. So Union again with set point at 27-26. And the serve is going to be handed off to Bailey Hughes, the freshman from Murfreesboro. All right. This could win it for Union in the second set. The high jump. Underneath. Let's see how it goes. And it, that was almost as if they were both trying to share the ball, and it just simply fell down on Union's court, and I think everybody got a good grin out of that. So now we are still out of set point. They got to go to 29 to win it. It's Robin with the serve. It goes high and downward and out of bounds, and it is Union with Laura Rose Gray getting the perfect angle on the return, and going back to serve is Hayley Ramsey. Union with set point once again. 28-27. Union could win it. Harding needs 3. It goes high. Here goes the set and the power move, and it goes back up to the ceiling, and it goes down. They could not come back and recover it off the ceiling, and in a thriller second set, Union holds firm and wins it 29-27. And the Lady Bulldogs go up 2-0. We've been at it an hour, and it has been really, really, really interesting. So let's take time out for this message, and we'll be right back with the third and what could be the deciding set.
Be creative, innovative, passionate. Be excellent, inspiring, driven. Be faithful, disciplined, prepared. At Union University, you will thrive in a Christ-centered community and be equipped for success in your life and career. Begin your journey today. At Union University, be transformed.
53 national championships. More than 600 annual graduates. Thousands of lives changed. The Gulf South Conference.
Are you looking for a Christian college or starting the college search process? I want to take a second to tell you about my school, Union University in Jackson, Tennessee. Union is a private 4-year university known for its rigorous academics, Christ-centered community, and the success of its graduates. My favorite part about Union is the faculty. The professors here are so intentional about helping students grow not only academically, but also spiritually. You should check out Union for yourself. Come for a visit. I know you'll love it. At Union University, you'll be transformed.
Be an employee equipped for advancement. Be a role model to your kids, your coworkers, your friends. Be a dreamer, an example, a finisher. Be a success story and a college graduate with an associate or bachelor's degree for adult students from Union University. At Union University, be transformed.
Well, when we talked to Coach Darren McClure before tonight's game, one of the things we talked to him about, and it was certainly evident in that second set, was senior leadership on that team and what they have had to do with the Lady Bulldogs' success so far this season.
You know, COVID creates interesting situations with seniors and classes and things like that. We have 5 this year, and all of those except one are planning on just going ahead and leaving. We got one girl that I think's on the fence and wanting to come back, but they provided a lot of leadership for us. I think this group has really helped us change the culture of our program. Started, way back, 4 years ago. So I can't say enough about those girls. We've got some that don't play a lot, but they are good culture kids and do a good job of just supporting their team. So I'm just really thankful for that group.
There's another element that we dealt with, and that's the fact that the Lady Bulldogs, after tonight's game, they'll be on the road for 7 of the next 8 games. That's grueling. And so we talked to Coach McClure also about how that's going to affect the physical, emotional, and all the rest of the stamina for this Lady Bulldog team.
Well, the biggest challenge is just not being at home, right? Missing class, not sleeping in your own bed. But we've actually prepared for this. We started talking in August about how October is going to be challenging. So we haven't shied away from having that conversation that it's going to be tough. We go to Orlando this weekend, we come back, and then go to Montgomery and Pensacola the week after that, we come back, and then we go to West Georgia and Valdosta the weekend after that. So we know it's going to be tough, but sports is challenging, so we just try to, look at it like life situations where things don't always go our way. Situations aren't always perfect, so we just try to do the best we can and compete on the road. We say all the time that conference championships can't be won at home, they can be lost. Conference championships are definitely won on the road, so if you perform well on the road, I think it gives us a chance to be in a good position to take care of business in the postseason.
Darren, good luck on the floor tonight.
Thank you very much.
And the two teams back out, getting ready. In about 15 seconds, we'll be going into set number 3. What a thriller that one was. And I'm telling you, if you have been watching on the digital network and you live in Jackson, if that doesn't whet your appetite to come out and see live volleyball, I don't know what can, because that one was just unbelievable. And Union winning it 28-26. So here we go. This could be the deciding set. Harding will have the opening serve. Union up 2-0. That thriller, though, that had to be just huge for their emotional strength in this going into the third set. Harding's now got to take all 3 remaining, or at least send it to a 5th set. And that one's in. Good power move from the backcourt. Nice job by Robin, and she's going back to serve. And Harding, for the first time, gets the edge as a set begins. And she again has that beautiful downward spin on her serve. This one's going to have to go over. And they get a good angle on it, but nice defense in the backcourt. Here's your set. Tatch with a power move. Yes. Inbounds to tie it at 1. Tatch has been all over it tonight. She's had 29 total attempts at the ball. That, when we talk about total attempts, the number of touches that she's had during the course of the night, and 11 digs. Not as many kills as usual, but she has just been all over it. And you can tell that this Harding team has worked hard at trying to be defensive against Alyssa's power moves like that one. They're prepared very well for it. And that one's wide, but not wide enough. Sample tried to get deep to it and could not, so it's a 2-1 Harding lead. And back to serve is Libby Hinton. And that was a fake, and Union's not going to be able to save that one. Union a bit disorganized on that return, and so it is a 3-1 lead for Harding. That is the first time this early in the match in a set that Harding has had a 2-point advantage. And here's your set. And again, going to the left hand was Blakemore. Sample, nice dig. It goes into the net, and so it is Harding ball, 4-1 on top. This team is very, very capable of rallying from 2 sets down to win it all. That's a soft serve, like a Dairy Queen cone. They can't get it between the defenders, and it's going to be... That time it was, and Union has cut it to 4-2. A little bit of, shall we say, intrigue right at the head of the net for both teams. And Tatch going back to serve. This is one of the nicest young ladies you'll ever be around. She was a former student of mine here at Union, and I just think the world of her. And this is going to have to go over, and they do. The backwards curl. And power return. Nicely done by Smith. Logan Smith, who went to Glen Rose High School, and that's where she developed that power move. A 5-2 Harding lead. They are down 2 sets to Union. Moorhead on the serve. Tatch with that downward flight, but they go down deep to try to defend against it. Sample is so good at being in the net. Yep, they went in the net before they hit it, so it's a 6-2 Harding lead. And you see a lot of encouragement up front from Garner and Smith and Stoner. Here's your set. And this has definitely been a turnaround for Harding to get a 5-point lead, 7-2. And Darren McClure is going to take time out. And so as he does, we are going to take a break. And here's a message of interest for you.
'53 national championships. More than 600 annual graduates. Thousands of lives changed. The Gulf South Conference.
Well, Darren McClure trying to get his team to go back to basics after what has been a very, very challenging third set. After winning the first one very handily, 25-16, and then having to go to overtime in the second set. And you had something like 7 set points before they finally took it by 2, and now down 7-2. And it's almost as if, even though they lost that second set, that the momentum swung back in the direction of Harding. So far, Harding has taken the lead in kills in this match, 28-26, and in total touches, 115-96. All right, back to serve again is Moorhead. She has that left-handed serve that curves downwardly. And that one's going to go out of bounds. Union very patient on that return, tried not to go in for the kill. Checking back in is Laura Rose Gray, and back to serve is Emily Grace Calhoun. Nice save in the backcourt. Reese Owens had a nice recovery up front. Here's your set. In between the defenders. Nice exchange between both teams in the front court. Union with the block that was so successful in the first set. They've worked a much better defense for that here in the second and third sets. Here you go. Power move and saved. It goes to the ceiling. Can they do it? This one's got to go over, and they do. Tatch with that reverse curl right between the defenders, and it's an 8-3 lead for Harding. And again, this Harding team has been very, very patient in this second set. And then into this third set that we're in now. It's Smith with the serve. Good defense on the part of Harding. They get it between the defenders, but a recovery. And sample the set. Here you go, and that's going to be hard. They get the curl back. And they are well positioned on defense, and Tatch could not get over and recover from that one. This has been all Harding in this third set, up 9-3. And here again, it's Smith on the serve. That's a power move, but it was saved. All right, they got to get this one over, and Calhoun has it go right into the net. It is 10-3, and that is the biggest lead that we've seen so far tonight for this Harding team. And as we mentioned, they've got to carry it all the way back, take 3 consecutive sets. And Union seems to have lost the steam that it had, particularly with the strong front court play. And they are going to give it back to Harding. They say it went too far behind, so it is an 11-3 game. This is the biggest deficit that the Lady Bulldogs have had so far. Smith to serve once again. It is definitely into the net. Service error. That is the 6th of the game for Harding, and so Union trying to regain some momentum, trailing 11-4, and here is Bailey Hughes with the serve. Had a line drive serve. Tatch has got to get it back, and nice save, beautiful dig. Union saves it. Here's the power move. And they did a beautiful job of recovering there, and they get it back over. And again, excellent defense in the backcourt. Tatch trying to get it between the defenders. An excellent volley here. Beautiful save by Sample, but it is going to go wide. Back to an 8-point lead at 12-4, and Harding has been dominant in this third set. And going back to serve, it is Emma Weiniger. As we mentioned to you earlier, she's from Sashi, Texas, 5'5" junior. And she hit the corner. And Union has just somehow gone to sleep in this third set, trailing 13-4. And Harding feeling just really a never-say-die attitude, even though they're down 2 sets. Here's your set. Calhoun with the dink. It's a 13-5 game, and Union hoping for anything to get some momentum back. And back to serve Hayley Ramsey. Her service was critical back down the stretch in that second set when Union finally came from behind to win it in overtime. Here's your set. Nope, give it to Union. He had the violation, so Union closes it to within 7 at 13-6. Lady Bulldogs 28 kills in this game to 30 for Harding, and yet Union leads it 2-0. And yes, that was in. And that gets the crowd a little bit energized, and so it's now a 13-7 game as Union has picked up 3 consecutive points after falling behind 13-4. And again, power set, blocked, and wide. Going for that far left-hand corner, and it just went too wide, and so give it back to Harding, leading 14-7. And I always try to remind everyone who might be new to this brand of volleyball, same way as the Olympic rules, you play to 25. Years ago, it was 21. You play to 25, and you have to win by 2, except in the 5th set. And give it to Union. Patch made that a bit untenable on the other side for Harding, and so it's back to a 6-point lead at 14-8, and Sample with the serve. Sydney's a 5'4" junior from Jonesboro. She went to Nettleton High School. There's your power move, and it was in. So Harding back to the 7-point lead, and it is Robin back to serve. Here's the senior. Tatch. That's what we mean about getting it in the box between the defenders, and she had the perfect geometry to close it to within 6. Back to serve, Jordan Vick. Left-handed serve from Jordan. The block. And the nice recovery. And it goes off the hands of Hayley Ramsey, so it's a 16-9 lead in this. Even though Union has made a small rally, this just seems like it's a set that has been completely in the hands of Harding. They can do pretty well what they want to do. Not that time. Those kind of plays are what energize the Lady Bulldogs, and if they can pull about a 3 or 4 point run here, they're not going to panic if they can keep this thing down and maybe shave the lead down to 2. But that's been a tall order in this set. Flat-footed serve from Tatch. And the perfect return, having to dig too deep, was Union, and checking back in the front court is Stoner, as well as Moorhead. Well, I'll take that back. Moorhead's going back to serve. 17-10 lead in the third set for Harding. And the power move goes off of the hands of Stoner, and so it is Union recovering to get it back to a 6-point deficit, 17-11, and it's Emily Grace Calhoun to serve. The junior from Valley View High School. And the high set. Good recovery on the part of Harding. Give it to Union. Now, that's back to what they were doing so well at the beginning of the contest in the first set, defending the net well. getting a number of blocks, 17-12. Calhoun with sort of a half-moon type serve. This one's got to go. Back deep, but Harding recovers. Blocked and nicely defended. Tatch gets it up high. Up, just too much. You could almost tell that Reese Owens was going to have too much power, hit it up too high, and give it back to Harding on the service with Smith. Smith has had 41 touches in this game to lead the entire contest. A fake and a nice recovery into the backcourt again by Smith. And they have just dominated this third set to go up 19-12. Union could still come from behind, but this is having all of the portrait of us going to a fourth set. And the momentum is certainly on Harding's side. Beautifully blocked up front. That combination of Moorhead, Stoner, and Garner. And it's a 20-12 Harding lead, matching its largest. And we suddenly had an additional ball that made its way onto the floor. That was not like what happened in Neyland Stadium on Saturday night. We're not going to even talk about that. Nice power return by Laura Rose Gray, and so Union is closed at 20-13. But Union has not been able to get on any significant run in this set. And it's Bailey Hughes. She does that pounding prep and takes the two-step jump. And a perfect, outstanding angle by Robin. Terrific move on that return to make it a 21-13 lead once again with Weiniger back to serve. And she takes the high jumping serve. Union's going to have to hurry to save this one. Sample, the reverse curl. Tatch with a nice save in the backcourt. It's wide, but not wide enough. That was one of those that just a beautiful dive after the return by Laura Rose Gray, and it's 22-13 in this third set. And I can tell you from the smiles on their faces, I don't think any of these Bisons expected that to happen. Emma with the serve again. Tatch, again, power move, but recovered nicely. And some confusion between Sample and Tatch as to who was going to get that one. And I can see Darren McClure is rather stoic off the court. It is 23-13. 2 away from a third set victory is Harding. Perfectly defended, and Gray with the right angle on it. It's 23-14. And coming back to serve again, Hayley Ramsey. Union is not out of it yet. They're not at set point. And here goes Ramsey. Hayley, one of the many seniors that Darren McClure talked about in one of our earlier interviews. And it's in the far right-hand corner of the backcourt. And so Union with a 2-point rally to make it 23-15. And Ramsey with that dribble that she does to get herself ready, and the high jump serve. And give it to Union again. You had a violation up front, and so it's 23-16. The last thing that Harding wants is unforced errors. They've had Robin, Smith, and Weiniger with 16 digs each in this contest. And the fake does not work that time, and Union has closed to within 6. And timeout has been called. So we will take a break, and as we do, watch something that we think will make you better for seeing it.
If you're a Christian college or starting the college search process, I want to take a second to tell you about my school, Union University in Jackson, Tennessee. Union is a private 4-year university known for its rigorous academics, Christ-centered community, and the success of its graduates. My favorite part about Union is the faculty. The professors here are so intentional about helping students grow not only academically, but also spiritually. You should check out Union for yourself. Come for a visit. I know you'll love it. At Union University, you'll be transformed.
Amber Robin with 11 points is the leader for Harding tonight. Smith with 8.5. Over on the other side for Union, Alyssa Tatch and Laura Rose Gray with 11 points each. 10 for Emily Grace Calhoun. But in this particular set, the Lady Bulldogs have been playing from behind from the get-go, and they just seemingly have not had that momentum to reel off a 3, 4, 6-point run, which is something that they valiantly need right now, with Harding only 1 point away from set point. And Ramsey will be back to serve it, trailing by 6. Union won the first set 25-16, and in overtime won the second set 29-27. Here's your set. And the angle was returned and covered well. Union's going to have to hurry with this one. And into the net it goes, and we have set point. 24-17. Checking back in is Schnell for Harding, and she's going to serve. Kenley is from McKinney, Tennessee, a 5'9" junior. And here we go. This point could do it for Harding. They played excellent defense in this third set. Too low down to the net, and I know that she absolutely knew it from the minute she touched it and it went downhill. But it's still set point for Harding, leading by 6. And Sample to serve for Union. Line drive serve. Power move, and Union's not going to be able to, well, perhaps, yes, that's the third hit. Union saves it. Downward flight, but nicely dug out. Excellent volley by both teams. In between the defenders, and we have set number 3 going to Harding. And so the Bisons have closed it down to 2-1 after really just being almost out of it from the beginning of the first set. And then the second set, it was a real thriller as it went to overtime. Union winning at 30-28, and now a 25-18 victory for Harding in the third set. So we got to go to at least a fourth one. And we'll be back for that right after this timeout.
If you're a Christian college or starting the college search process, I want to take a second to tell you about my school, Union University in Jackson, Tennessee. Union is a private 4-year university known for its rigorous academics, Christ-centered community, and the success of its graduates. My favorite part about Union is the faculty. The professors here are so intentional about helping students grow not only academically, but also spiritually. You should check out Union for yourself. Come for a visit. I know you'll love it. At Union University, you'll be transformed.
Let me give you a rundown on the stats as we have them so far tonight. In kills, particularly with their efforts in the third set, Harding has actually taken the lead 38-36. When it comes to total attacks, which means really the number of touches, Harding with the edge in that one, 157 to 134. Harding also has the edge in service aces with 6 to 2. But let's look at some of the other team totals. When it comes to assists, we're almost dead even at 31 to 30 with Harding ahead. And here we are. Steve Beverly here with you as we continue to bring you the updates and the stats on this Harding and Union volleyball game tonight. And in digs, Union still, they've been going to the court almost consecutively since this thing started. 81 to 76, they have the edge there. And I'll run back down the scoring for you. It is Amber Robin with the lead for Harding with 11 points and 8.5 for Smith, Logan Smith with 8.5 points. But you look at the other side of the ledger, 11 points each for Laura Rose Gray and for Alyssa Tatch, and 10 points for Emily Grace Calhoun. The biggest thing is that we saw a huge momentum shift in that third set. Much better defense, particularly up front, by the Harding team. And they seemed to just feed off of each other during that set. And then the other thing is it seemed as though Union was out of position for a number of the power returns that they received from Harding in that set. So here we go. It's still potential that Union could take this one right now, and I know they don't want to see this go to a fifth set, because if you get momentum like this Harding team has, and you only have to go to 15 points in the fifth set, everything could be totally different. And you can see jumping around how energetic this Harding team is after winning that set. There's no quit in this team despite the fact that they were down 2-0. As we mentioned, Union with a lot of incentive because of the fact that they lost in straight sets the last time these two teams met. A non-conference game. This is not a Gulf South Conference game. And here you go. Perfect angle up front. That is the kind of thing that you saw in the first set in particular that Union was so adept at. And the Lady Bulldogs once again getting to the lead to start the set. And the downward flight on that one, great power from the backcourt from Smith. So we're tied at 1, and going back to serve is Amber Robin. Union has to really work hard against this service for Harding. They have been excellent with serves tonight, even though they have. And that one is wide. Just goes wide right, so Union takes it 2-1. And checking back in for the Lady Bulldogs, Reese Owens. And to serve, Alyssa Tatch. Got to tell you, last year during COVID, she had to quarantine at least a couple of times for contact tracing, but you never heard a complaint out of her. She continued to get her academics done. She was outstanding. Now, she changed her pace. Rather than the flat-footed serve, she did the high jump serve. Sample the save. Now, they got to watch the power serve here. Here you go. Nice recovery on both sides. Union with a block, and that's not going to be saved. Lady Bulldogs with a 3-1 lead, and that gets some encouragement from the ladies who are standing off to the side, as well as some of this crowd that we have here tonight. Alyssa Tatch. She takes the high jumping serve once again. Too much. And nobody's any more frustrated about that than Alyssa is, because I think she knew it from the minute she smacked it. So a service error gives it back to Harding, trailing 3-2. And Hinton to serve. In between the defenders, they may save this one. Nope, they can't. It's going up into the bleachers, and Union takes it 4-2. Now this one again has to go to 25. Emily Grace Calhoun back to serve. She stands 6'1". Nicely managed up front. This front court on the part of Harding has been outstanding in sets 3 and 4. And particularly, you have to say that for a lot of set 2 because, I mean, let's face it, there were about 7 set points in that contest. Here's Moorhead to serve, trailing 4-3. Power. That was just sheer power on the part of Riso, and she reared back and fired, and there was just no way. If that had been a fishing reel, I guarantee you the fish couldn't have gotten out of the way. And here we go with Bailey Hughes. Excellent server. They have a lot of real hope for this young lady as her career is just now starting at Union. It went to the ceiling. They're going to have to get it over here. And they do. And too much power on it. Laura Rose Gray. That's happened 3 or 4 times in the last 2 sets that Union had an opening and just too much on that power return. And it's a 5-4 Union lead in the 4th set. Here goes the Bison. That was a dangerous situation up front. And once again, it is Laura Rose with the huge, soft block up front. Union the 6-4 lead, but nobody has been ahead by more than 2 in this 4th set. Here is Ramsey once again. Hayley stands 5'9". The high jump serve. Power. She saves that in the backcourt. It's got to go. Tatch into the net. Alyssa's been a little bit off with her timing in this contest so far, but she's touched it more than anybody else in the Lady Bulldogs with 40 attacks. The block. And this one's got to go. And Tatch curls it over. The block. Again, the midcourt comes up to help. And it's perfectly angled. And we are tied at 6, and Harding reclaims the serve. And going back to serve is Weiniger. That could be a crucial point in this set, particularly if Harding reels off 4 or 5 here. Strong left-handed serve. Power move, but blocked again. There's a lot of communication on the part of this Harding club. Laura Rose, and it goes up to the ceiling and back over. And they're going to rule it into the net. So give it to Harding. No, they give it to Union. They were not clear with their signal to start with. So Union has it 7-6 with Sample on the serve. Power block. And the set. Tatch has it blocked, and they can't get it. They have really done a good job of defending against Alyssa Tatch in this game. Alyssa, one of the conference leaders in kills, and she's had 11 tonight to lead the game, but they have really defended her. Meyer. Here's your set. Trying to get it between Union's defenders. Tatch. And gets it in the inline. So it is 8-7. Alyssa now with 12 points in the contest to match Laura Rose Gray. An 8-7 lead. They go deep. Perfect. There was no way Sample was going to pick that up. That thing must have been going at least 65 miles an hour. Well, in fact, they're going to say it's Union's ball, 9-7. It did go beyond the line. I thought that touched Sydney Sample before it went out. Sometimes my vantage point is not as good as perhaps what you're seeing on camera. So it's a 9-7 Union lead. Vick to serve. Perfect downward flight right down the middle. It's a 9-8 Union lead. This is one that resembles very strongly what we saw in the second set that went to overtime with Union winning at 30-28. Here's your set. Power move, but recovered nicely by Harding. Beautiful dig. Off the hands on the far right-hand side of Tatch, and so it goes back to Harding. No, it is Union's ball once again. Pardon me again, because the official stuck his hand out left as if it was going to Harding. And I know you saw that on camera just like we did, but Union now with a 10-8 lead. This has got to go. And so does this one. Terrific power move. Excellent job by Smith. Logan Smith would not be denied, and it's a 10-9 Union lead, and to serve, it's Hinton. This has just been grueling power volleyball tonight. And it goes wide. Just too much on it. 11-9, Lady Bulldogs on top, but no team has been able to get more than a 2-point lead in this set. Calhoun the serve. High set. Nicely dug out by Tatch. Power too much. Now, the last time that Reese Owens reared back and fired, she managed to get it in bounds. That one was just beyond the end line, so we're at 11-10. Steve Beverly bringing you all of the action here live from Fred DeLay Gymnasium in Jackson, Tennessee, on the beautiful campus of Union University. Power, too much. And again, Union trying to go for the corner angles, and that has cost the Lady Bulldogs in the last two possessions. It's 11-11. Moorhead to serve again as we're all deadlocked. Here goes the set. Left-hand return. Sample going deep to save it, going between the defenders. Sample again. Into the net. And the two-hand curl has to get it over. Wide. So Union back to the lead, 12-11. Here comes the substitutions, and back in to serve is Bailey Hughes. This is one that could just absolutely go down to overtime once again, as it did in the second set. And we've been at this for an hour and 46 minutes. And goes to the net and goes over. We're tied again at 12. And back to serve again is Logan Smith, the 6-footer from Copperell, Texas. Logan with that sort of a mini jump. Logan saves it in the backcourt. And here's the set. Power by Reese Owens. Union saves it and gets it. Good up-front defense on the part of the Lady Bulldogs to make it a 13-12 game. But don't go to the refrigerator unless there's a timeout, because I can tell you, you're not going to see, does not look like you're going to see a team pull away in this one. Here to serve is Ramsey. The dink, and it's saved. Good defense on that power move by Tatch. Here's your set, and Tatch with the power move. Is it in? Yes. Far left-hand corner, just squeaked in. Nobody there to defend, and Union up 14-12. But again, nobody has been up by more than 2. We're going to have a timeout. And so here we go, 14-12, Union on top in the 4th set. We'll be back right after this message.
53 national championships. More than 600 annual graduates. Thousands of lives changed. The Gulf South Conference.
And back we are. Union up 14-12 and leading 2-1, but this one has been a real thriller. Let me remind all of you that our next telecast on the Union Digital Network will be on Tuesday night, November 2nd, as West Alabama comes to town, and that will be a 7 o'clock volley for us here, and so everybody be sure to be with us on that night. Love to see as many of you as possible to be out here in person. But the Lady Bulldogs, 7 of the next 8 are going to be on the road, and that will start Thursday night down in Winter Haven, Florida for a South Regional Crossover Classic. And Barry, one of the top teams in the country, and then they'll play the next morning against Nova Southeastern and then against Lynn University. And it's a 14-13 game. As I say, nobody is pulling away from this one. And then Union will have 2 more home games on the 11th and 12th of November against Lee and Shorter, in which they're looking for a measure of revenge before the conference tournament begins. Union going for victory number 15, and there you go. That was just one where the angle was just right off the top of the net by Laura Rose Gray, and Union 15-13 on top with Sample going to serve. Sydney, outstanding junior from Jonesboro, Arkansas. And she powers it home. I knew that angle was going to be there, but you had the violation called, and Union now with the largest lead of anybody in this set, 16-13. And that could be huge for momentum as we go down the stretch. As this game nearing 2 hours. And Union, that one is absolutely the front court of Harding just lured Union right into that, and Hinton came through. Nice job also up front by Stoner. And it is a 16-14 lead for Union, and the service goes back to Logan Smith. Harding has not had a lead in this set. But Union has not had a lead of larger than 3, and off of the front court it goes. 17-14. This would be a huge point for the Lady Bulldogs to have a 4-point lead in a set where it has been so razor close. Here's Vick with the left-hand serve. And perfect. Soft setup. Nice power getting right between the box of defenders for Union. So we're back to a 17-15 game, and it is Robin to serve. This young lady has had 20 digs in this contest tonight to lead everybody. Here's your set. They tried to go between the defenders, but well spaced was Harding. And power. Getting it back through. And give it to Union. Back to the 18-15 lead. Checking out is Hayley Ramsey, and back to serve is Alyssa Tatch. 25, winning by 2, is victory and would be match point for Union. Nicely done. Very, very patient up front. Excellent point by Hinton. That's just one of those situations that you got to be very, very patient for it. Now Hinton is going to check out, and going back to serve is Schnell. Down 18-16. Kenley went to Boyd High School. Now watch this. They got to be very careful on it. Tatch with a nice save in the backcourt. In between the defenders. Perfectly matched by Owens. There's a little square there, a little box between those defenders, and she hit the right angle in the lower left-hand corner of that box. And Union leads 19-16. And this time, Emily Grace Calhoun to serve. Front court giving each other some enthusiasm. Here goes Calhoun with the jump serve. I can tell you that was almost like watching a cannon fire. Garner just would not be denied at all. 19-17. So it seems as though down the stretch here, neither team can get more than 1 point off their service. It's Moorhead serving for Harding. Down by 2. Just watch the volley. Left-handed. Good recovery in the backcourt by Robin. That's going to go wide. You could tell it was too high and too wide, and so an unforced error gives Union the lead 20-17. And back to serve again. Bailey Hughes, they have so much confidence in her service for this freshman. And here she goes, going right-handed. And they're trying to save it. They will not be able to. That almost went up into the basketball play-by-play area. So Union with the largest lead of this set at 21-17, and timeout is called by Harding. So this could be the deciding 4 points. We'll let you know right after this.
If you're a Christian college or starting the college search process, I want to take a second to tell you about my school, Union University in Jackson, Tennessee. Union is a private 4-year university known for its rigorous academics, Christ-centered community, and the success of its graduates. My favorite part about Union is the faculty. The professors here are so intentional about helping students grow not only academically, but also spiritually. You should check out Union for yourself. Come for a visit. I know you'll love it. At Union University, you'll be transformed.
Lady Bulldogs have won 8 of their last 11 and 5 of their last 6. And before they go on this extended road trip in which they'll be gone for 3 consecutive weekends, they would like to be able to finish this up tonight. They will begin to leave tomorrow to head down to Winter Haven, Florida, and then they will be there for 3 days, and then they will come back on Sunday. Here we go, trying to get this one over. And it goes into the net. Another unforced error, and now Union getting the crowd into it. The biggest lead yet in this 4th set, 22-17. And here goes Bailey Hughes, serving right-handed. That's the curling return. Now here you go. Downward flight by Tatch. Sample with a nice save. In between the defenders. Good job up front on the defense. Off the hands. Off the hands of Weiniger, and here you go, 23-17 with Union controlling service. Once again, Bailey Hughes. She gets this, will be at set point. Pound, block, but it goes out of bounds. That was a great attempt to block it by Laura Rose Gray, but it went out of bounds, and so it's 23-18. But you'd have to have Harding to run the table to win it with 25, and that hasn't happened much in this fourth set. Here is Logan Smith. Downward flight between the two backcourt defenders by Laura Rose Gray. Set point for Union and match point. And Hayley Ramsey could do it right here. We'll watch it with you. Here's your set. And as we say, this Harding team does not quit despite it being match point, and it's going to stay match point. 24-19, and Weiniger to serve. Every one of them has to fall in the direction of Harding. Off the front court, and Union wins it. And again, another one by Laura Rose Gray, who had a fantastic night in the front court. It was a tough third set, but the Lady Bulldogs, once they got a 4-point lead in this contest, they were not going to be denied. And so in 3-1, it is Union capturing its 15th victory of the season against 7 defeats. Harding drops to 10-7, but it does not affect either team's conference race. This was a non-title match. And so for Union, we'll go down some of your totals for this evening and try to catch up on who were the top players across the board. The leading scorer was Laura Rose Gray with 15 points and Alyssa Tatch with 14, 11 for Emily Grace Calhoun, and 8.5 for Reese Owens. Over on the other side of the ledger, it was 11 points for Robin and 11.5 points for Logan Smith. But you flip the coin back on the other side and look at this. In that closing set, even though Union did not lead the game in kills, they lost the matchup in kills 51-49. They did a tremendous job, 104 digs. They did a tremendous job of getting low on the court and being able to defend against some of these really spinning and curving downward flight serves of Harding. 104-96 was the edge, and in assist, Harding had the edge 41-40. In a lot of the vital statistics, Harding had the lead, but Union in that first set that they had, it was just really a dominating set in which they completely, there was just no way you were going to see how they were going to deal with that at all. And so Union winning that first set, 25-18, and then in the second set, it was one of the real thrillers we've had all year that went to overtime, and Union winning at 30-28. And then you talk about a change in momentum. The Harding team just totally dominated set number 3, and it looked like the momentum had shifted in their direction. But Union got out to the slim early lead, and for most of that fourth set, if you think back on it, if you were watching with us, most of that fourth set, Union and Harding, it was only about a 2-point differential. Harding never could get the lead in the fourth set, and that is always so difficult on emotional strength as well as physical strength, having to exert that energy trying to come back as it is in any sport. And then Union finally got out to a 5-point lead, and it looked as though they were playing a lot looser. And you had a couple of really terrific blocks up front by Emily Grace Calhoun that made a huge difference as well as Laura Rose Gray. And so the Lady Bulldogs took it by a score of 3-1, and that final set they win 25-19. So Lady Bulldogs 15-7, and they will now hit the road be leaving tomorrow to go down to Winter Haven, Florida, a beautiful place where it's not cold yet for springtime. And they'll be going down in the South Crossover Classic. They'll be playing some of the powerhouses, including number 17 ranked Nova Southeastern. They'll be playing Barry University as well as Lynn. And those games will be Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. And then they hit the road the following weekend on Friday and Saturday, going to Auburn, Montgomery, and West Florida. And then we'll be back here and be on the digital network on Tuesday night, November 2nd, against West Alabama. And our game time will be 7 o'clock, so we hope you'll be here in person, but hope you'll join us. Then there'll be another weekend on the road against West Georgia and Valdosta State, and then the final two will be a rematch against Lee and Shorter, two teams that I know that this ball club would love to get some revenge against after their visit to those two schools in East Tennessee back in, well, let's see, when exactly was it? It was late September. Yeah, the 24th and 25th. So the crowd for Union fans go home happy, but I'll tell you, for those of you who may be watching from Harding, your team played brilliant volleyball tonight. Never quitting, never saying die, and they were outstanding. So, Union winning it 3-1, and we will be back with you here on Tuesday night, November 2nd. And so for our ever-cool, ever-present director and executive producer, Paul Schultze, and our camera guys who are the best in the business, Billy Bolin and Christopher Reasons, this is Steve Beverly saying so long from the great hub city of West Tennessee.